articulate coven, react to the news and info that comes out of San Diego Comic-Con 2025. And my goodness, there's a lot of it coming our way. So I'm excited to get into this with you. This particular video is from Screen Rant. It's their interview with the cast and some of the crew of Interview with a Vampire. It's actually now called the Vampire Lestat. This is Sam Reed, Jacob Anderson, Eric Bogosian, Rollin Jones, and Daniel Hart. Daniel Hart is our composer, Rollin Jones, the showrunner. Sam Reed, of course, plays Lestat. Jacob Anderson is Louis, and Eric Bogosian is the interviewer himself, Daniel Malloy. If you are not watching this series, but you've been caught by the buzz about season 3, I cannot recommend enough. Jump in and watch season 1 and 2 right now. This is a beautiful adaptation of this amazing story from Anne Rice, and the fact that they are changing the name and going forward with these books into the story of the Vampire Lestat, it says very good things about our future if you love Anne Rice's work. So let's see how this video goes.
I mean, like, it's totally logical that he's up there going like, I'm a vampire, listen to my music, kind of like, I want to drink your blood.
Welcome one and all to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm Tatiana Hollander at the Screen Rant basement, here with the cast of Interview with a Vampire, or as it will soon be known, the Vampire Lestat. Drum roll. How are we all feeling?
I thought that was a spoiler, but I guess this comes after.
This is gonna be, we're jumping to the future. We're in the future now.
Yeah.
So first of all, Roland, I got to ask you.
Okay.
Lestat's turn to tell his story.
Yes.
How does that change everything? Turning everything up to 11, if you will.
Yeah, it's so interesting, right? So yes, there is a big VO. There is a big VO in the show. It was really strong in the Delightful book. And we tried for a little bit to try to write without it, and then we missed it desperately. And I don't know, he basically has to explain to the world why a particular rock album almost destroyed the entire planet. So, it starts there. How about that?
It's only coming out.
All right. The fact that they're going right, first of all, I didn't realize I went live. Hi, everybody, the couple of y'all that are watching me. And I'm glad, honestly, that I did. That works out fine. But I had no idea that they were going to be so forward with the fact that the reason why Lestat is telling this story is because of the terrible thing that happens at the end of it. I mean, that's what Rollin just said there. They tried to do it without that aspect of it, and they ended up having to go there anyway. I'm down for it. Bring on the queen.
Yeah, after the panel, not after the show.
I mean, it's in the first
fair, the
minute of the
book
show.
exists.
That's not a spoiler. We do that in the first minute of the show. It's
Sure,
fine.
okay, yeah.
Now,
in April.
All right, clap again. We'll start over.
Sam, I was reading up, I was brushing up on my interviews.
Okay.
I saw you said that rock stars are inherently vampiric.
Yeah.
Can you talk about melding the rock star persona with the vampire? Why one is so perfect for the other?
Well, firstly, I would say that Anne Rice always said that rock stars are inherently vampiric. So I was kind of just riffing on a theme that she said, but
Plagiarism.
Well, plagiarism
It's not plagiarism. He's just stealing from the best, baby.
or kind of inspiration or
There you
just
go.
direct quoting. But like Lestat was instrumental in the creation of the Theatre of the Vampires, and that's a safe space for vampires to kind of chuck all their vampireness out there on the stage and kind of let loose and be themselves to a degree, hiding in plain sight. And
God, he gets it. He so gets it, y'all. He understands this character and the story that Lestat tells in these books in a way that is genuinely shocking for the actor. It's shocking for the actor to give a damn, first of all, to that degree. But also the fact that he really, really understands what Lestat is about. Lestat wants to live out loud. Lestat wants to be at the center of attention, yes, but he also wants to be beloved. He wants to be a good guy. We're joking. Our next book club is Blood Canticle, which is a book in the Vampire Chronicles that is not very beloved. But in the opening of it, Lestat's prologue, which he has in basically all of the books that he narrates, he says that he wants to be a saint. He wants to win millions of souls to the cause of Christ. And like, He always has. He wanted to be a priest when he was a boy. He wanted to help people. He wanted to be of service. He wanted to be to have a purpose. And rock music is just another expression of that. He gets to be himself, but for a cause. The Theater of the Vampires was the same thing.
And there's like a very strong link between the way that Lestat
gracious.
approaches being a rock star, a vampire rock star, as how he was when he was part of the Theater of the Vampires. And you know, like,
just that man is beautiful, y'all. He's so beautiful.
It's very true. Aside from what Anne Rice said, it's very true. Like, you know, like how many pop songs and rock songs are about being a vampire or have vampireness in them? You know, you could just look at Florence Welch or Chappell Roan or Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, I was trying to think of her. You know, like, it's very, very common to kind of like, you know, associate otherness, associate kind of carnal desire with being a vampire, and it's very common. So it makes total sense to me. I mean, like, it's totally logical that he's up there going like, I'm a vampire, listen to my music, kind of like, you know, I want to drink your blood. He could be singing about anything, you know, but he's using that metaphor. So no brainer.
I love that. Yeah. Very, very brainy answer to a no brainer question. Thank you. No, it's all good.
Brainiac.
Try and be jokey.
Yeah.
Let me take a joke.
No. So Jacob, Louis has been finding himself within season 2 and also presumably since season 2. What can you tell us about what's different about Louis in season 3?
One thing that we got out of the panels yesterday is that there have been 2 years since the end of season 2 when season 3 begins. And the Talamasca series, the 6-episode Talamasca season 1 at least, will take place in between those 2 seasons. So Louis had some time to find himself.
I think Louis sort of did find himself, or he found like a version of self-acceptance. And I think in that time, maybe he got a little bit bored. And he's diversified his life. Yeah, he's diversified even.
I love that they're looking to Rollin. Like, what can I tell? Rollin already let the cat out of the bag earlier and got chided. So like, we know he's not going to be the guard of the secrets.
Even wider than he did back in the day. But yeah, there's always going to be like a thing that draws him back to his past in a few different directions, and that be prepared for everything to not be right in the world of Louis de Pointe du Lac.
First of all, we always expect everything to not be right in the world of Louis de Pointe du Lac, but secondly, that makes me think that he will have a storyline with both Armand and Lestat this season. I think he's probably also going to have his own storyline in some way. He's going to have his own thing. I think Louis will be in almost every episode.
I'm always prepared for that. Now, Eric, Daniel's gotten his own taste of both celebrity and vampirism. Can you talk about where we find him? What's different about him? How is he dealing with post-book release life?
Well, the book has been released, and he's also a vampire now. He has a new lease on life, and because when you go all the way back to the very first minutes of this series, he's kind of hanging around at home, disgruntled and kind of retired, just waiting to nothing. And then he goes to...
He's waiting to die, Daniel. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it, Eric. I just watched the first episode again last night for the first time with my son, my 17-year-old son. Which, by the way, I told him today, I threw him in to the deep end on vampirism. He didn't really have his training wheels ever. Like I said, what other things have you watched with vampires? Like, have you watched other vampire movies? I haven't really thought about it. He said, Hotel Transylvania. He also watched a couple of years ago for Halloween. We watched a bunch of the Universal monster movies, and he saw the original Dracula then. But he's like, Dad, vampires are in pop culture, Dad. I know about vampires, but he really enjoyed the first episode. I don't know whether he's going to follow up and watch the rest of them. But in that opening episode, though, in the opening moments especially, like, we see Daniel's tremors. We see the loneliness of his life, a box full of kids' stuff in a closet, no one in his apartment but him, having conversations with his doctor, not a friend. he doesn't contact anybody after he reads Louis's letter and heads off to Dubai. He just calls his doctor to tell him that he's not going to be there for the next treatment.
To Dubai, and everything changes. So, I mean, he's the kind of guy, he really wants to grab the bull by the horns. He really wants to get into this vampire thing, but it turns out to be, I mean, without giving away any storylines or anything, it's much more challenging than he thought it was going to be. And, you know, he and Louis were getting pretty deep, got very deep in the interview. It's going to be very different interviewing Lestat or trying to, or wanting to, or whatever.
Okay, we assume this, right? He's going to go on the road like the Rolling Stone reporter to get Lestat's story as he's on tour.
Somebody's joking. Somebody's joking in the
Looks into the
distance,
camera like we're on The Office.
He continues to try to interview, and that's going to be challenging as well.
Love that.
This is a tightrope of talking and not saying anything.
You're getting really good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're a
Thank you
pro.
very much, Sam is my
Yes, post panel.
Sam is my vampire coach as well. He coaches me on all. He coaches me on how to bite people as well. Which is,
And are you getting good at that?
I'm not good at it, but I've been doing it. It's a dream come true.
Now, Daniel in real life, not Daniel the character, as I get confused.
Oh, I understand
in
now.
my mind,
Yes, you're
in my
talking to me.
I am speaking
Hello.
to you directly. Obviously, music is very important in the world of Anne Rice, and now it's also very important in the show, especially more than ever now. What inspirations are you drawing from? You know, how are you developing Rockstar Lestat?
Well, first of all, let's hope that he's already developed Rockstar Lestat. They're shooting this thing. I hope they're not building it on the fly. Genuinely, I think at an event a month ago or so, somebody told me that Roland Jones was playing songs from his phone for fans individually if they wanted to hear them, a few people, and he was saying to them that he had, I think the number was 26 songs on his phone from season 3.
We're developing it together.
Mhm.
We started in the writer's room last year, talking a lot about the book, Anne's Lestat, Anne's rock and roll, what would be different about it for 2025 and 2026. We talked about inspirations like Kurt Cobain. We talked about Otis Redding. Those.
Boy, that's the spread. That's the spread right there, right? It's teen spirit to Can't Stop Loving You and everything betwixt and between. It's also, you know, classical scores and opera librettos and all of that mixed together.
Both of them have a vulnerable quality to their songwriting and their performance, a rawness that puts emotion at the forefront. Wanted for Stop because that is what we already know to be true of him outside of singing. We wanted to bring that into his performance as a rock star as well.
Oh, that sounds very exciting. Also very exciting, something that I will find out in a few hours, is Delaney is back. Hello.
Yes.
That is on the panel. I
Yes,
promise
yes.
you that I read the email.
Okay, good, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So excited.
It's still, I love that she verified that she had not said something out of turn there. Yeah, Delaney's coming back. All right, what is Roland going to say about it? Roland's going to be very circumspect, is my guess.
You know, screaming, crying, throwing up.
Yeah.
If you
yes,
cannot tell
I
me,
gotta give you a bigger one. Real Rashid is coming back. Real Rashid is coming back. There you go.
yes.
How about that?
Now,
Right.
if you cannot tell me what is happening there, can you tell me how early on you knew you had to have her back?
Probably 5 minutes after her audition. When she everybody that you think should come back is coming back. All that stuff's coming back. There was we had to think about how to use her, and we came up with something we thought was really exciting and really interesting. And so, it's coming. Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, we talked about this a little bit in the full live stream that we did this weekend. Go see the full episode on our channel where you're watching this. But goodness, there's a gnat in my room. The other thing, though, that I didn't mention on that episode, or Ashley didn't mention on that episode, that occurred to me afterwards, is that this is we've got an opportunity here to do effectively ghost stat, right? Like in season 2, Sam appeared for a long time when he wasn't actually there. In fact, he was just in Louis's head. And Claudia can be that way even without being a haunting. Although, as we know from the novels, Claudia could also just haunt people for real.
Yeah,
I'm
you
ready.
got it.
I'm ready.
And more.
Okay.
Not only the people that are coming back, but then there'll be more than the people
Yes, there's
coming
new.
back.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
new
new
people.
characters.
There are a
too.
bunch of new
There's a
people.
giant-
There are a bunch
great.
of
The lore is coming. Everybody's coming in.
Can-
All the Mariuses and the Magnuses and the
Yeah.
Akashas and all that stuff. Yeah.
Of-
He said her name. He said her name. The Marius and Magnus, they announced. They did say at the panel that Akasha has already been cast as well. They just they're not going to reveal it yet.
the ones he just mentioned, since now you can say them. Who are you most excited to see on the show?
Oh gosh, I mean, look, I've been like Jennifer Ely as Gabriella,
Jennifer Ely. I was saying her name wrong. I'm glad that Sam said it for me. I'm super excited about her as Gabriella too.
for the full Italian version of the name, is extraordinary and force of absolute chaos in the show, and an extraordinary actor. And I'm really excited for people to see that iteration of that character come to life for the first time ever. Yeah, so it's pretty great.
And the perfect actress.
Oh, the perfect actor for the role. Beyond.
I like that Sam corrected her and said actor. I go with the actor's gender neutral. You can say it for both, and I think too often in Hollywood, specifically, actress has been minimized.
Now, obviously, Louis and Lestat have many miles to go before they can potentially be companions for one another again. So, what can we expect in the meantime? What can fans of that relationship look forward to in season 3?
Beef. Pure beef. No, I don't know.
100% beef. Like, it's such a fun dynamic to play because, like, obviously we all know they love each other. We know they love each other, but the line between love and hate is so fine. You can't hate somebody you don't love, or at least you can't, you know what I mean? So you can not give a crap about somebody, not think about them if you don't love them, but if you love them, you can hate them. And I think
You can't hate someone you don't love. Boy, I don't know that that's true, but there's definitely something to be said for indifference being like the least emotion. I don't
and
know.
I think that's a really fun dynamic for the two of them to play. And it also gives us a journey, and it's a long journey. You can't get everything you want all the time, at least at the beginning.
And
It is interesting. I know a lot of people have talked about the reconciliation scene at the end of season 2, but that is before the release of the book. That is before Lestat learns what Louis has said about him.
also, like, yeah, mum and dad fighting doesn't mean divorce, but maybe it does. But like,
And it doesn't mean they
there's
don't
a
love
fun
me.
tension
Right.
in not knowing if your parents are going to break up or not.
Whose parents are we to? Just the world.
We're mum
There's a fun tension in it, Jacob. Come on.
and dad.
To whom?
To
The internet.
The
to
internet.
the people that watch the show.
but I would also say like I think they're like one of those really traumatic couples that like get divorced and get remarried, and then maybe get divorced again and then get remarried. Like that level of
They
chaos.
renew their vows and then get divorced, like
And
ask
kill
for a
each other.
separation
Yeah.
whilst renewing their vows. And then to the chapel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis would absolutely get remarried to Lestat at the Vegas chapel and then burn down the chapel because they have a fight in the parking lot.
Yeah, it gets
Close
on
one
stream
another.
with you too.
Yeah.
Your fights are pretty bad.
Yeah.
No. Eric, one of my favorite storylines in season 2 was with Armand and Daniel. Can I expect more from where that came from?
Go ahead. Armand and Daniel will be face to face again, and
What else will they be?
it's
That's
already.
it. Roland cuts it. That's enough. That's enough, Eric.
That's all, folks.
We've already shot some of it, and it's pretty intense.
Revelatory
It's
couch
gonna
right
be-
here.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I want to say something about
Screen
characters.
Rant has the scoop.
Has nothing to do with what we're actually
Right.
doing in this production,
Mhm.
but in the Anne Rice, and they will be. You just said Marius is coming, right? You just said that.
Yep.
Those Marius and Gabriella are two amazing characters, and I can't wait to see that. I don't even think I have any scenes with them really, but they are just amazing characters and very rich. I mean, I would love to be Marius in the real world. I mean,
I like, first of all, I love Jacob taking the mic away from him, but also I love how excited Eric is to be a part of this show, right? Eric is kind of the elder statesman in the cast, and he could be a real fuddy-duddy about it all if he wanted to be. He could be laid back and like, this is just a paycheck, and like, I'm chewing up my scenery, but never mind what these other kids are doing. But as he just said, he doesn't even think he has any scenes with Marius or Gabriella really, or at least not any featured scenes where they're dialoguing. But he's just excited because they're good roles, and he knows those are two good actors. They're going to be great in the show with Rollins' words and the rest of this team's words. Yeah, it's really good, folks. This is really good TV. You're missing out if you're not way into this fandom.
You were doing so well.
It's still too close. I'll just keep it over here.
I think you're doing great. I think you're doing a great job.
You need to read more books. You need to read more of the books.
And you'll be trusted.
I still want to do everything he does.
It's good advice. Like the live heart. I appreciate that. Thanks for everybody who's watching this live on YouTube, by the way. I genuinely didn't mean to go live. I forgot I had set this studio as live.
Care.
I will do more of this though in the future.
I think we're finished.
Got it.
I think
I'm canceled. That's it. I'm off the show. Sorry, AMC. Cancel my contract.
Daniel, you mentioned kind of like building Lestat, in the musical world together.
Yeah.
Can you talk about any one moment or song that really stands out to you or musical piece without spoiling anything, obviously? Is there anything that really...
So I haven't heard it yet, but he played one apparently at the panel at San Diego Comic-Con.
We've done some recording already of some of the songs for season 3 because we'll be performing them with Lestat and with his band on camera. So we had to have stuff ready to go before we started filming. To do that, we needed Sam in the studio, and we did a chunk of songs already. We still got some to go, but did a chunk of songs where Sam came in and sang a bunch of songs in a row in a studio for several days. There was a particular song that I can't tell you many details of, but a particular song plays a pivotal role in one of the episodes early on that we needed sooner than later. I had sung on the demos to give Sam something to work from because I was just sort of holed up by myself writing all these songs in the writer's room. So I had sung on the demos to give Sam something to work from. He came in. He had been working with a vocal coach. I had not been there, so I didn't know what he had been working on. He came in, he started to sing this song in the studio, and I just turned to the engineer. We were just looking at each other, just so thrilled by the choices that he was making that were not something that I had sung on the demo, that were things that he had brought to it himself, things that were part of Lestat, things that were part of Sam's particular vocal style and range that are different from my own. It was so delightful to hear, such a joy, a thrill. Total thrill.
Man, okay. I couldn't have gotten a better endorsement of what Sam is doing with this music than what Daniel just gave us. He's acting the songs, right? I mean, we know Sam has a musical background already. This is something that he's done before. He sang as an actor. But genuinely, if you've ever done musical theater, especially, like that's the thing. You act the music too. You act the music maybe more even than the dialogue.
I love to hear that. And then last but not least, Roland, I know based on the names that we've seen and also just things that you have said in the past that there's like little Queen of the Dam creeping in,
From our pilot.
Exactly. From the beginning. From the beginning.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's stuff mentioned from the very beginning. Those Who Must Be Kept and Akasha's name are mentioned in season 1. Magnus is mentioned in season 1. But the whole story, this is why I genuinely believe we're not in danger of cancellation with this show, no matter how this season goes. And it is going to be weird for people. Like I've seen people talking about this, like, oh, this is really going to blow up. I do think the Rockstar thing is going to bring a lot of attention. I just also want us to all be aware, like, if you're not in love with these vampires already, I do not know if Glam Star Lestat is going to win over any normies. That's not really going to happen, I don't think. But I think we're going to go all the way to Queen of the Damned. If we get at least there, then AMC has this whole world that they could spin off into with the ancients, right? The elders, the children of the millennia, and the first brood, and et cetera, et cetera. There's lots of different ways you could go, even without paying Sam a whole bunch more money or Jacob a whole bunch more money. So I think they're going to get at least there just because it makes sense to get back their investment.
However, I would like to know, is there anything that is off the table in the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles world? Is there anything that you're like, I don't know that we can do that? Oh.
First of all, that's a great question. And Rollin just straight up said, nope, nothing that we can't do. You're damn straight, there's nothing you can't do. These books are crazy. You're right. They're out there in places. But like, they're great stories. They've been bestsellers already. Every single, all of them have been bestsellers eventually.
Oh, okay.
Why?
No,
I
just,
mean, I don't know.
He said that earlier. You said something to me.
You can say Captain now, but like, yeah, there's probably. I mean, for me, there's things way deep dive. There's probably
Get on the mic, Rollin.
there's probably like some landmines there that we just have ways to go to. Why we should not fear anything.
Okay, so the question is he talking about Memnoch the Devil storylines, or is he talking about Realms of Atlantis story, Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis storylines? That's my question. It's one of those two things.
Everything should be on the table.
Yeah. We are fearless.
Yeah.
In Interview with the Vampire Lestat. Okay. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Have a wonderful Comic-Con.
Thank you.
Great interview. Excellent interview. Really, really good interview. I like that one a lot. Let me stop the recording here. Not the recording, but let me stop the playing of the video in my ears. Hey, let's see. I finally made it to a live chat. Yeah, honestly, you made it to a live chat because I didn't mean to do a live chat. I'll be very honest with you, but I'm glad I did. It worked out great to do this. And again, I'll probably do one of these. Honestly, I'll probably go live once every night this week, and I'll get Ashley to do the same thing. I'll tell her how to do it. I think I'm going to do about 3 of these San Diego Comic-Con interview sessions. I think I'll get her to do 2 or 3 of them as well. And there might be a few more still that come through. So far, we've got 6 of them lined up that I want to talk through and react. Thanks to everybody who's done so much good response and commenting already on our stuff on the San Diego Comic-Con events and discussions. The YouTube's kind of blowing up right now. The Facebook group is hopping. If you are in a position to support the show and our channel, we appreciate you over at articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month get you access to everything we do early and ad free. We're going to have a 4-week window between our next book club being done and Talamasca starting. And so I've put up a poll just today, actually, on our Patreon. Again, articulatecoven.com/join will take you there. And the poll is about what you want us to do next. I was thinking we could do 4 movie nights in a row. We could do 1 book club without any breaks. We could do topic episodes. And I think right now topic episodes is winning. The idea there would be maybe we do an episode where we rank our favorite characters from the Vampire Chronicles, or we do an episode where we just talk about, Anne's life, kind of a biography episode. Or we talk about the lore of the Talamasca or something like that. Anyway, go and check that out if you're in a position to do so and interested in helping us out. Stay here on the channel to see all of our coverage from San Diego Comic-Con as we talk about everything that Interview with the Vampire. Now, the Vampire Lestat is going to do. Boy, I hope they name that first episode Wolf Killer. I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed on that one. Haven't heard it officially yet. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us again. And, oh, wait a minute. I got something here. I love that Rollin said that nothing is off the table, which makes me think of Memnoch. You took the thoughts right out of my head. Yeah, there's 2 things, and people who've read all the books know there's a major plot point in Realms of Atlantis, Prince Lestat, Realms of Atlantis, the second book of the final trilogy. And then there's the main thrust of Memnoch the Devil, but in particular, there's one scene in Memnoch the Devil that would be like, really? They did what now? I guess technically there's one of those in Tale of the Body Thief as well that people always talk about, but it's lesser, in my opinion, than the Memnoch the Devil storyline that everybody always raises. All right, thanks to everybody who joined us, thanks to everybody who supports us, and thanks to everybody who follows us here on the channel. If you are an Anne Rice lover and already doing all of those things, then share us with a friend that would also love this show. We'll be back soon.